Greetings, friends. Prepare for another thrilling journey as we delve into Reddit's most bizarre tales. We're plunging deep into the quirkiest corners of the web. Grab your popcorn and join us on this adventure. Remember to hit subscribe and like. Let's begin. I always thought our relationship was perfect. After 8 years together, I never once doubted that I had found the woman I wanted to spend my entire life with. She wasn't just my beloved. She was the person I could be myself with. Someone I could share my deepest thoughts with. We were inseparable. Two people who understood each other without needing to say much. Everything felt natural, simple, and easy. And even after all these years, I never imagined that something could go wrong. 6 months ago, we got married. It was the most important day of my life. I stood there in my white suit, she in her wedding dress, and I swore to love her forever. I was certain she felt the same way. Our wedding wasn't just a ceremony to me. It was proof that our love was real and strong. But as it turned out, sometimes reality is far different from how it seems. We decided to go on a little weekend getaway, just the two of us, to relax and enjoy some time together. I thought it would be the perfect opportunity for us both to unwind after the hectic months we'd had, the wedding, the move, adjusting to a new life. I believed it was the ideal chance for us to enjoy each other without any distractions. But before the trip, my wife mentioned that one of her friends had fallen in love with her. She assured me that there was nothing between them and that she had already made it clear to him that she only saw him as a friend. At first, I didn't think much of it. We were married after all, and I trusted her. There wasn't a trace of worry or concern in her voice. However, something about it left a small mark of doubt in me. I tried to push those thoughts away, but they kept creeping back. On the day of our weekend getaway, everything seemed perfect. We went for walks, took photos, and talked about our future. I tried not to dwell on the conversation about her friend, but something still didn't sit right with me. And then it happened. I accidentally caught a glimpse of her phone and saw a message from that same friend. The first thing I noticed was the word darling. It hit me hard. That was a word she used only with me. This didn't feel like a friendly conversation. I felt a cold shiver run through me. Her phone was low on battery, so I decided to wait before reading any more. But from that moment on, I couldn't think of anything else. We continued our day, but my thoughts kept returning to what I'd seen. I was terrified. I didn't want to believe that something like this could be happening behind my back. Later, when we went into a store, she asked me to hold her bag. This was my chance. I told her I needed some fresh air and walked outside. I sat on a bench, took a deep breath, and opened her phone. What I read forever changed the way I saw my life. I started reading the conversation. He called her beautiful, and she responded with hearts and thank yous. I saw that they were texting each other every day. She had sent him photos from her birthday, the one I had organized for her. He called her my love, and she responded in kind. This was far from just friendly banter. I saw how he flirted with her, and she didn't just tolerate it, she encouraged it. What hurt the most was that all of this had been happening a month before our wedding. We were preparing for the most important day of our lives, and at the same time, she was emotionally invested in another person. He asked her to send him photos of her new swimsuit, and she didn't refuse. He sent her pictures of himself in his underwear, and even though she scolded him for it, that didn't make me feel any better. Their messages were full of things I had no idea about. As I sat there on the bench, it felt like my entire world was collapsing. Everything I had believed in, my life, my love, had all been a lie. She hadn't just betrayed me once. She had been deceiving me for months. How could she do this? When we got home, I couldn't keep it to myself any longer. I sat her down and asked her directly, "What's going on between you and this guy?" She hesitated at first, but then admitted it. She said it was only emotional. No sex, just texts, just feelings. But that didn't make it any less painful. The emotional betrayal can be just as devastating, if not worse, than physical infidelity. It meant that at some point, she chose to be emotionally closer to him than to me. I couldn't understand how she could hide this from me, especially while we were preparing for our wedding. I couldn't comprehend how someone could lie at such a pivotal moment in our lives. She explained that she just couldn't stop the communication, that she enjoyed the attention. But to me, that sounded like a hollow excuse. Weeks passed after our conversation, but I couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal. The same thoughts kept spinning in my head. How could she do this? How could she lie to me when we were so close? I remembered every moment of our wedding, and I couldn't stop thinking about how she had hidden her feelings for another man, even as she stood in front of me making vows. I couldn't trust her anymore. Every word she said felt like it might be a lie. When she left the house, I wondered who she was texting. When she smiled, I questioned if she was thinking about him. The distrust was eating me alive. I could see her trying to make things right. She apologized. She said she wanted to earn back my trust, that she had made a mistake. But I couldn't believe her words anymore. Love was still there, but it no longer brought me any happiness. Now I stand at a crossroads. I still love her, as strange as that may sound. Deep down, I still hope that we can get through this and save our marriage. But I can't forget what happened. Every time I look at her, those messages flash before my eyes. The photos, the moments when she was with him emotionally, not with me. I don't know if I can ever trust her again. I'm trying to figure out how we ended up in this situation. What went wrong? Where did I fail? And most importantly, what do I do now? I can't live in constant doubt and distrust, but I also can't just let her go. My heart is torn between two paths, to try and forgive or to start a new life without her. Perhaps time will help me find the answer. Maybe I'll be able to rebuild the trust. Or maybe I'm just lying to myself, hoping for something that can never be again.